It's moving towards north.
That's right. Now that the needle stopped, we know that north is in that direction.
Okay, so the city we need to walk to is this way. It's to our east.
That's right. So we head in that direction.
Perfect. Creek Stewart, thank you so much. Making a communications device out of this stuff. Back to you guys.
Well, speaking of survival, there's a new ride that has riders thinking they may not survive. It's the tallest, fastest, wildest water slide on the planet, and it's finally open after a few delays.
Yeah, it's called Verrückt, and that's German for crazy, and well, here's why. Thrill seekers from all over the world are dropping into Kansas City this weekend to take a ride. 17 stories high, and riders hit speeds up to 65 miles an hour.
This is insane. This is definitely
ginormous. I'm scared to go on that.
The first drop was like really scary. I was like, oh.
I closed my eyes the whole time.
So NBC's Kevin Tibbles was talking to one little boy who says the ride looks a little too scary for him. Kevin also took the plunge in the name of journalism.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you got to take a tough assignment and go on a water ride for your job that day.
You know, I'm in Kansas City a couple weeks from now. Maybe I'll have to give it a try. Here's a look at the comparison. So there is the Statue of Liberty.
It's taller than the Statue of Liberty, Niagara Falls. It's tallest and the highest wave ever. Dr. Postel talking about waves next.
Waves don't care what age you are. Take them on the way you always have. Live healthy and take One-A-Day Men's 50 Plus, a complete multivitamin with 7 antioxidants to support cell health. Age, who cares?
Cooper engineers its tires not just for performance, but real life performance. So before you get in, get going. Get gone. You need to get a tire that gets you, because life's a road trip. Come on, let's go. Buy 4 qualifying Cooper tires and get up to a $70 prepaid card by mail. See retailer for details.
A Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
You may be hearing a polar vortex is on the way, but Monday morning on America's Morning Headquarters, we'll set you straight with the facts on what's really causing a polar punch that could interrupt summer for millions. Monday on America's Morning Headquarters following Wake Up with Al, only on your Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 78. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our
Residential to commercial, from large loss to emergency response. Whenever damage strikes, call on the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
The Case IH Summer Sales Event is going on now, meaning you can turn the heat into red-hot savings. That's because all Farmall and Maxim Series tractors, along with our complete line of hay tools, are available with 0% financing for 60 months. But hurry, because while the Summer Sales Event is just warming up, it only lasts until September 30th, 2014. For more information, visit your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/special offers.
People all over the world know us, but they don't yet know we're a family. We're right where you need us. At the next job, next adventure, or at the next exit. Helping you explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. So wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do, chances are we're already there. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at wyndhamrewards.com.
There are cohabitants, and with that comes compromise. We give them a little extra space, accommodate their schedules, and sometimes we have to forgive. But when it comes to their nutrition, we never compromise. It's why at Petco, we're proud to offer Merrick, a leader in grain-free pet food made from regionally sourced ingredients in Merrick's own Texas kitchen to ensure the highest quality.
I have to come here to work online, so I get home late.
Having internet at home would just be easier.
The internet is essential for homework, research, even finding a new job. That's why Comcast offers Internet Essentials. It brings affordable internet to homes that qualify, because your child can really succeed when you have the internet in your home. So call 1-855-8-INTERNET or visit InternetEssentials.com today.
My nail fungus is so embarrassing.
You need Kerasol Nail, fungal nail renewal treatment.
Clinically proven to improve nail appearance in just 2 weeks.
Kerasol Nail, have them looking at your pose, not your toes.
What's your vet IQ? Do you know why vets recommend Minties? Because Minties helps clean teeth, freshen breath, and control plaque and tartar for a fraction of the cost of Greenies. Now that's a good trick. High quality without the high cost. That's vet IQ smart.
On us. So call or order online at 1-800-PetMeds.com today.
A Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. It's time for your tropical update. I'm hurricane specialist Dr. Greg Postel with the latest on a tropical storm in the West Pacific. That's right. It is several hundred miles now to the west of Guam, moving on a course steadily westward. This is Tropical Storm Ramasun, with winds estimated to be at about 40 miles per hour. And it is moving on a westward course over warm tropical waters and an atmosphere that is suited for further development. You can see that's where the circulation is there. They're huge thunderstorms. Those are those colors shaded in purple and red and orange, tops over 50,000 feet. It's actually well enough defined that some of the satellite estimates suggest it's more like a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm. But regardless, it's likely to intensify further on its westward movement during the next few days and will probably become a typhoon soon enough, within 24 to 48 hours. On that westward track, notice that the intensity goes up to a Category 2 typhoon, 110 miles per hour, as it nears the Philippines. Keep in mind that the typhoon is just another name for a hurricane in this part of the world, and there is a chance that it could get stronger than what is forecasted here. So we will have all the latest updates on that. Elsewhere across the Atlantic, in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, and the western part of the Atlantic, really, there is not much going on. In fact, probably the most interesting set of thunderstorms anywhere on that map are just off the southeast coast of South Carolina and Georgia. What we've got here is an old frontal zone and upper level circulation working in tandem to produce these thunderstorms, but there are plenty of reasons to argue against development here. One of which being the models don't forecast any development there. In fact, you can see that. Watch what happens over the next 24 hours. The models tend to dissipate the thunderstorm activity off the coast and likewise keep much of the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, and Atlantic quiet for now. That's excellent news. Guys, back to you.
That is wonderful news, because as we get closer to the peak of hurricane season, we want to make sure you're prepared for whatever the weather might bring.
And earlier today, Reynolds Wolf got a look at a new storm window that could protect your home when the next hurricane hits or when Jim visits. Take a look.
We have a new type of window you may want to install before your next big storm. And if you'll notice, we broke this thing on purpose. Well, at least Jim Cantore did. He did it outside to show you the power of this pane. Take a look. That's impressive. Thank you. Big thanks to the storm tracker, Jim Cantore, for letting out his aggression on the Andersen window. Hey, thankfully, we've got Brian Musselman of Andersen Windows. He's going to join us now. Brian, Jim definitely's got the guns. He's got the ability to really do some damage. But how much damage can something like this withstand?
Oh, I'll tell you what, after Jim has impacted that, and I'm telling you, at about 50-mile-per-hour baseball swing, what we'll do from a testing perspective is we'll impact that glass 2 more times and then cycle test it 4,500 times inward and outward. So you can rest assured that this window will protect yourselves in the most stringent hurricanes that are out there.
Well, it seems pretty strong, but to our viewers at home, and they may be curious, and I certainly am, why the double pane? What's the purpose?
Okay, sure. Well, what we have here is an impact-resistant glass. That's the primary addition. And so this is featured a laminated glass to the interior of the home. And so this is 2 pieces of glass that have a laminate sandwiched in between them. And that's very, very important because it's like a car windshield. It'll hold the glass in place even after it's been impacted.
Very interesting. One quick question. You know, the economy is certainly not strong right now. A lot of people are concerned about cost. What are we looking here in terms of financial?
Yeah, sure. Storm watch protection will about double the cost of a standard product. But when you take the consideration of a severe storm, you know, the protection and the safety of you and your family is the most important thing.
That is a cool weather gadget, that's for sure. And speaking of cool, how about this?
Yeah, an awesome picture of lightning taken at 5:38 this morning. This is really cool. We didn't see it. This is Panama City Beach, Florida. PCB, Gary Cooper snapped it. Thank you so much. I love PCB. It's if you haven't been, the water there is gorgeous.
Perfect timing on that photo, and you can tell you got the morning sun kind of lighting up the water there. Just a perfect shot.
I like that we have the tanker there.
Yeah.
Our boat there in the foreground as well.
And of course, we are still tracking storms today. We're going to be following storms across the Midwest, as well as off the coast of the Southeast, where there could be some water spouts.
Yeah, we'll be watching out for those and more lightning as well.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 78. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, this is not the weather you want to see out your window this weekend. Right now, strong storms are on the prowl, and they're only going to intensify as the day goes on.
It doesn't feel like summer has totally gotten here yet.
It's going to be like 55. Like, that's cold for the summer, but that's not a polar vortex.
Get ready to swap your swimsuits for sweaters. The polar air invasion about to put the smack down on summer for much of the country. See where we'll feel like fall with lows in the 50s and even 40s.
Plus, this week we have felt the wrath. Tornadoes, typhoons, water spouts, you name it, it's in the top 5 weather videos. And we'll show you where this year's tornado tally stands right here, right now on Weather Center Live. Well, that wild week of weather now bleeding into the weekend. Welcome to Weather Center Live. I'm Mark Elliott.
And I'm Kate Parker. We are tracking severe weather picking up today, tomorrow, and into early next week. And you need to be ready to take cover quickly if you're heading outdoors. I know a lot of folks trying to make those weekend plans. The unfortunate part is you may be hit by some strong storms like this one. I mean, we say it all the time as meteorologists, stay away from windows. Look at those winds whipping debris around. This person taking this video, incredibly lucky that no debris smashed into that window. I mean, we say it, we preach it.
Yeah. We'll actually have some more details on the storm-resistant windows later on in the show, but here's where you need to be on guard for severe weather today. Anywhere from eastern Colorado to western Ohio and just about everywhere in between. Goodland, North Platte, Des Moines, Chicago, all included. So for the timing and the impacts of these storms, let's bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel. Doc, over to you.
Thank you. You know, I love that video that you guys just showed. That, I think a tornado passed by close to that window. I mean, that was pretty insane video where you all of a sudden had the winds accelerating and then changing directions very quickly. Anyway, that's off the subject. Let's look at what's going on right now across parts of the upper Midwest. We have the satellite and the radar composite to show you that we've got some weak clusters of showers and thunderstorms rolling across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and some moving into Indiana right now. But the area that I'm most concerned about, guys, is right in here where nothing is going on right now. We have a frontal zone here. It's actually a fairly weak one. The surface map is really chaotic this morning. It's hard to find any identifiable features really that stand out, but we do have this one, and on the south side of it, it is very warm, very hot. In fact, it's already in the lower 90s right now across parts of northern Kansas with dew points in the upper 60s. That's 11 a.m. local time. So this very hot and humid air, unstable air mass is pounding into that frontal zone, and we're going to get redevelopment of storms right along that area in a few hours. You can see we have the area shaded in red here. Primary hazards for this area of severe weather that we expect to develop will be large hail and high winds. Of course, you can't rule out the possibility of a tornado, but I think the damaging wind threat is going to be the main mode today as you watch a cluster of thunderstorms roll eastward across Iowa this evening, getting through Des Moines, Dubuque, parts of northern Illinois, Rockford, Chicago, and even into southern Michigan overnight tonight. This could last well into the evening hours and overnight hours. And then tomorrow, guys, we have another chance of severe weather far to the east over the Ohio Valley. How about that? Mark, back to you.
Yeah, you know what? That's not what the Northeast wants to hear right now. The Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, you've had your fair share of severe weather this week, including Virginia Beach. The National Weather Service confirmed that a tornado hit there on Thursday. Now, granted, it was an EF0, but look at the damage that an EF0 tornado can do with maximum winds up to 85 miles per hour, lots of structural damage along the ocean front, and at least a dozen people were hurt. So it doesn't take a huge tornado to really make it so that you have a lot of cleanup to go. And with that cleanup still going, storms returning to the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic is not what you want to hear. Today is the day to finish up that cleanup, right? High pressure and control, clear skies for the Northeast corridor now. Those storms that are over the Great Lakes are trying to bend a little bit further south, and so they'll be missing you across the Northeast today. They won't be missing you later in the week. From Sunday through Tuesday or Wednesday, a prolonged period here where moisture is going to be coming up I-95, cold front approaching from the west, and that combination is going to be enough to give us some thunderstorms. Severe weather threat as well. Interior New England tomorrow with severe storms, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, you're included, but then the storms and the stronger storms shift even further east. So out of Pittsburgh to D.C. and New York and Boston. By Tuesday, still storming here. We are not going to be out of the woods until that front goes all the way through, and it's a slow mover. So some pretty good rainfall totals through Tuesday as well. Widespread 1 to 2 inch rains, although there could be more than that if you're caught underneath one of those downpour thunderstorms. So for Monday, look for the severe zone here in red. Hail, wind, and isolated tornadoes are all possible. Increasing further Tuesday, just about all of New England and all the way down through the Mid-Atlantic, the chance of strong to severe storms. And there is that tornado chance. So from central and eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey, straight on down through Maryland and Delaware and even Virginia and the Carolinas, Kate, a 3 out of 10 chance for a tornado, a 30% shot of a tornado within 50 miles.
Well, Mark, it wasn't a great morning in Chicago either. Take a look at this video. It is coming into us right now. So you are seeing it as we are seeing it in Chicago. You can see that obviously a lot of heavy rainfall there. That's going to be a little bit of an issue for you. It's been a wet morning. A lot of outdoor events going on today. We've got Taste of Chicago. We've got some blues festivals going on. And you can see that in that video. It was very difficult to even see down the streets. The rain was coming down so hard. But here's what's happening beyond today. Let's talk about the cool down that we're going to see, because I know everyone is curious about this plunge plunge of cooler air that's coming to the Midwest. So right now, you're 73 in Chicago. You've already heated up quite a bit in KC, 86 degrees. Dr. Postel was just talking about that. Tomorrow, your high temperature in Louisville going to be about 96, 88 in St. Louis, 85 in Chicago. But by the time we get into the start of the week, here's what happens. This cold air starts to move south. We're going to see that jet stream really amplify. It's going to allow all this cooler air to make its way south. Highs are going to be 10 to 20 degrees below average thanks to this very deep area of low pressure, which means that Monday you'll top out at 77 in Chicago, but on Tuesday you're only topping out at 69 degrees. Minneapolis, you'll be 70 degrees. Marquette, 59 degrees for a high temperature. Wednesday, only 65 degrees. So we do have a rebound. Tuesday does look to be pretty chilly though in spots. In fact, take a look at Tuesday morning, 54 degrees for your morning low. Mark?
So you're probably not headed towards the Great Lakes beaches, but the beaches in the southeast might be rained out as well. Just ahead, we're going to be showing you where those showers are popping up across the region and see if today could turn into a beach bummer where you live. And we're looking back at the biggest weather stories of the week. That's in your top 5 videos after your local on the 8th.
Waves don't care what age you are. Take them on the way you always have. Live healthy and take One-A-Day Men's 50 Plus, a complete multivitamin with 7 antioxidants to support cell health. Age? Who cares?
It's the candy bar that's too hot for TV in all its naked glory. Stripped of chocolate with nothing but salty roasted peanuts on soft, sweet caramel. A Payday bar will get you through your day. Expose yourself to Payday.
Hammer that in. Okay. Nice. Wrench.
What?
Affleck.
So this is who you brought to help us out.
Oh, yeah, he's the best.
He doesn't look like he's seen a tool in his life.
Oh, he doesn't know anything about tools. But when I broke my arm, he lent a hand. He paid my claim in just 4 days.
4 days? Wow.
Find out how fast Aflac can pay you at Aflac.com.
Better.
You may be hearing a polar vortex is on the way, but Monday morning on America's Morning Headquarters, we'll set you straight with the facts on what's really causing a polar punch that could interrupt summer for millions. Monday on America's Morning Headquarters following Wake Up with Al, only on your Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Each year, 95% of homeowners won't have a claim. That's why Allstate Claim Free Rewards gives you money back for every year you don't have one. And why, if you're part of the other 5%, Allstate offers Claim Rate Guard, so your rates won't go up just because of the claim. No matter what comes your way, your home protects you. Protect it back. Allstate Home Insurance. From an Allstate agent.
Man, these cheesy bread dogs are incredible.
Real good.
The cheese is baked right into the bun.
You know, in this case, it really is what's on the outside that counts.
Maybe that phrase, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't true.
I mean, I've only been judging books by their covers.
Really?
I only read the cover.
Oh, you don't read what's inside?
No, I could read 2, 3 covers. Cover to cover. Cover and cover.
Count on the cheesy goodness of the new Cheesy Bread Dogs. They're the perfect match for any of our 25 shakes. This is how you Sonic.
Here's to the man who truly is the best of us.
Who really
has the key to the city. With best-in-class payload and best-in-class cargo capacity and an unsurpassed powertrain warranty, you run the town. The all-new Ram ProMaster. Guts, glory, Ram.
Here is a live look at Kiowa Island, South Carolina. Now, it has really emptied out there, and it may look pretty nice right now, but you can see, at least in the water, but take a look. See that lower cloud layer and how it's kind of dark up in the sky? Well, we've got storms out and about. In fact, we've got storms around this area, so remember, if you can hear thunder, you need to be inside. Bottom line, no question about it. When thunder roars, go indoors. And this is what we're looking at just there at Kiowa Island, just off of Charleston. Clearly, we have some rather large storms here. We've got them just kind of sitting in place, too. So you've got lightning close enough to be dangerous if you're there along the beach. And then we're going to go all the way south of Jacksonville. So anywhere along Georgia beaches today, you're going to have a problem. If you're in St. Simon, that's where you're going to have some issues today. And then take a look as we have all these showers and thunderstorms that expand across the Gulf Coast as well. Look at what's starting to pop up here in the Florida Panhandle. These thunderstorms going to cause some problems for beachgoers today as well. So here's what we've got going on. Look at all this moisture just hanging out. We've got high pressure off the East Coast that's helping to drag this moisture into the southeast, and we're going to see a cold front to the south. It's going to stall out though, which means we have several days of thunderstorms anticipated. In fact, we're going to see scattered thunderstorms today through much of the southeast right there along the coast. Then tomorrow it expands a little bit farther off toward the west. We're going to include southern Louisiana all the way through South Carolina, and then down south through Miami. You will see some of those thunderstorms, and in spots you could accumulate over an inch of rain. If you get those very heavy downpours, they're blinding while you're driving, so you have to be very careful. Severe weather possible to the north of there, Mark.
Well, Kate, we'll see if any of those lightning videos make it into our top 5. For now, we're taking a look at all the amazing weather videos from around the world that we've seen in the past week. And it starts in Japan. Number 5, monster waves from former super typhoon Naguri. Yeah, some of those waves over 40 feet tall. And with wind gusts to 150 miles per hour, that storm was not messing around. And believe it or not, that same storm is going to be shifting the jet stream around the world, including its responsibility for assisting in the cold air blasts in the eastern U.S. next week.
Yeah, so whenever you look at weather on the other side of the world, you're saying, hey, how does that affect me? Well, it does.
It does indeed.
It does.
And if you're, standing on the beach in Japan, it definitely does.
I'd say a little bit. Or if you're standing on this glacier.
Yeah.
Take a look at this. This happened in, call it,
my favorite, Spitsbergen.
Norway. Huge chunks of ice cascade into the water, creating a big wave that ripples out, otherwise known as a
tsunami.
I like this. This is like film that we're like mad-libbing.
It's sure, except with real answers. That's fun
Except for not with fake answers.
Yeah. Here's number 3. Check this out. This stunning time-lapse video. This is a tornadic supercell out in Arizona from earlier in the week, and the storm chaser took this whole evolution. You can see the rotating base of that thunderstorm. You can see all the lightning flashes, which just goes to show you how much lightning there actually was.
I have a new concept for a television channel.
Ready, go.
It's going to be called the Time Lapse Channel, and we're just going to sit and watch time-lapse storms all day because it's so cool.
It's awesome. I think that should be the Weather Channel and super late night. It should just be all time-lapse videos.
That would put me to sleep. I would stare at that all night.
I would stay up to watch. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Here's number 2. A wicked waterspout in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Just one of what could be many today in this same area. It's relatively common, but this one spotted off Patrick Air Force Base. And has potential to continue this weekend.
But they can be dangerous.
They can.
We have that risk of storms off our own coast today, but look at this. This is video. This is near Papua New Guinea, but look at it. This is a waterspout hitting a yacht.
Oof.
Look what happens.
Goodbye. There he goes.
The guys fall out of this yacht, and it's a 70-footer. This is no little business.
Yeah, well, when 115 mile per hour winds hits your yacht, that can happen. And those are some of the winds that are possible in waterspouts. So you definitely need to be careful, especially if you're in this Clip Around the World race.
Oh, yes, we've got storms we're tracking next.
As a peach grower, I know the tastiest fruit is the freshest fruit and how to spot that perfect moment of ripeness. I also know that nothing's more important than your reputation. That's why my peaches go to Walmart, so that you always get our freshest peaches, backed by the 100% money-back guarantee.
When the power goes out, be weather ready. Unplug appliances and electrical equipment before a thunderstorm. Electrical spikes and surges can cause major damage when the power returns. Get more tips like this at weather.com/ready. Brought to you by Nationwide Insurance.
Nationwide is on your side.
We're the names you know in the places you want to be, where you can explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Searching with devotion for a snack that isn't lame, but this takes my breath away.
Let's take these piggies out for new carpet. No, not those. These. Let's get in touch with texture. Something with a twist. Let's look at loops and get a feel for patterns in all sorts of colors. But let's not break the bank. Then, let's get it rolled out right. The perfect carpet? Yeah. Let's bring it all the way home. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Schedule and measure today. Carpet installation is now just $37.
From safety to fuel economy to quality, today's Chevrolet has it all. And great news, the Chevy 72-hour sale has just been extended. You'll get 0% APR for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for the rest of the summer. 0% APR for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for the rest of the summer. The Chevy 72-hour sale ends Monday. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
You may be hearing a polar vortex is on the way, but Monday morning on America's Morning Headquarters, we'll set you straight with the facts on what's really causing a polar punch that could interrupt summer for millions. Monday on America's Morning.
Humans. We are beautifully imperfect creatures living in an imperfect world. That's why Liberty Mutual Insurance has your back, offering exclusive products like optional better car replacement, where if your car is totaled, we give you the money to buy one a model year newer. Call 1-888-438-9045 and ask an insurance expert about all our benefits today. Like our 24/7 support and service. Because at Liberty Mutual Insurance, we believe our customers do their best out there in the world. So we do everything we can to be there for them when they need us. Plus, you could save hundreds when you switch, up to $423. Call 1-888-438-9045 today. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Even pay the return postage. Try No risk-free today.
A Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
rough morning for you in Chicago. I know you want to see the sunshine so you can head out to the beach, but it's been rainy. Not only rainy, but we've had some flash flood warnings. Those are now dropped. That was for some of the Chicago suburbs on the south side there. But we've got a lot of that moisture starting to head out along I-80, so that's good news. Here's what's going on a little farther to the south, though. Champaign, you technically still have a flash flood warning in effect. But as you can see, that moisture has moved on. In fact, we're headed toward Kokomo with these showers and thunderstorms. Mark Elliott will like that one. Here's what's going on for your accumulated rainfall just north. Champaign, you actually had almost 5 inches in the last 12 hours. In fact, if you go back just a little bit longer than 12 hours, you had more than 5 inches. And that's a rainfall radar estimate, so it's not necessarily dead on, but we are still looking at a significant amount of rainfall, and some of it is going to hang around through tonight. So if you had your first round go through Chicago and you still have the low cloud deck, you could see more thunderstorms tonight, and here's why. Here's what's going on. So we've got this cold front. We're going to see that kind of drape wiggle around. This next low starts to dip onto the south, and we're going to see all this moisture lift up, and we're going to see that cold front, that secondary one, trigger some thunderstorms. In fact, let's walk you through the timing through this afternoon. So here's what you can anticipate. Watch as we start to kick up with more thunderstorms later today in Chicago. If you're going to Taste of Chicago or anything outside, you need to be aware of that. And then take a look through Iowa, Des Moines, Mountain. You could really see some strong storms. And then later through the overnight hours, you could see strong thunderstorms through Grand Rapids. So you need to have something to wake you up through the overnight hours. If you live anywhere in this swath from Chicago through Des Moines over to North Platte and even to Goodland, Kansas, because you have a risk of seeing severe weather. That's today and into tonight. So you have to have something to wake you up if you're going to bed. Then tomorrow, we start to scoot a little farther off to the east. We're talking about St. Louis through Buffalo tomorrow, the risk of severe weather. Mark?
And speaking of that severe weather, New York still reeling after a deadly tornado went through Smithfield. It was probably the second deadliest tornado ever in New York. Now, records only go back to 1950, but still a very strong storm. Unfortunately, 4 people died Tuesday evening when that tornado came on through. And that includes Kimberly Hillard and her 4-month-old daughter. Now, it's always hard to find the right words after a natural disaster, but sometimes it's the wrong words that are used. At a press conference following the tornado, Governor Cuomo stated, "We just don't get tornadoes in New York, right? Anyone will tell you that. Well, we do now." Well, sorry, Governor, that's not actually true. In fact, we can go back through history all the way back to 1950 and show you the number of tornadoes that we've seen, because there's been at least 418 different tornadoes in the state of New York since 1950 alone. Now, if you're talking about the strongest tornadoes on the scale, those are very rare in New York State. Fewer than 10 EF4 tornadoes have ever been recorded, and there has never been an EF5, at least on the history scale there, as we go back till 1950. Now, Tuesday's storm was an EF2, had winds up to 125 miles per hour, and that is certainly dangerous enough. But we hear these kinds of myths all the time, that tornadoes don't hit certain areas of the country, or they can't hit mountains or valleys or water, and all of those are false. Kate, tornadoes can hit just about everywhere, and they have in the past.
They have indeed, and here's why you need to remain on alert today. Risk of severe weather not going to be here in Seaside Heights, where it's gorgeous. You actually have a really nice day in store, but as we go through the week, we're going to watch an area of severe weather start to migrate a little farther toward the east, so we'll be watching that. In fact, take a look at today. Your risk of strong storms extends all the way through Indiana and then all the way through Colorado, across the plains there in the upper Midwest. So we do have that risk of severe weather. Hot in the south. Boy, you're going to be flirting with 100 degrees. DFW here pretty soon. I think you're going to hit it maybe by tomorrow. Could be your first 100-degree day of the year. And then take a look at what's going on out west. You've got high pressure settling in. It is a hot tamale in Seattle, Portland. You're going to stay hot because that high pressure wedged on in there. We're going to see much cooler air, though, as that plunge in the jet stream drags down much cooler air, that very deep low pressure. We're going to see a high of only 69 degrees in Chicago on Tuesday. A little cooler in the south, but that's only because we're going to be a little wetter in the south as well. And we're going to get some of that residual effects of that plunge in the jet stream. Mark?
And it's not exactly breaking news if it's hot in the summer, but this time it's going to be a little different. Some of us are about to get a big chill down, talking about highs only in the 60s. Meanwhile, those traditionally cooler parts of the country, it's going to turn hot. It's a wild weather pattern, and we'll give you the details next.
Your AC is so not cool.
Yeah, but what can I do about it?
Fix it yourself with AC Pro.
Save time and money recharging your AC with AC Pro.
So we cool? Way cool.
Everyone's a pro with AC Pro.
AC Pro. Bring back the cold to your car's AC in under 10 minutes.
If you don't think Feed the Hungry when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Our Drive to End Hunger has donated 29 million meals and counting. Find more real possibilities at aarp.org/possibilities.
All the goodness of milk, all the deliciousness of Hershey's syrup. Squeeze, stir, share.
Oh no. Can you fix it, Dad?
Yeah, I can fix that. I wanted a car that could handle anything.
I fixed it!
That's why I got a Subaru Legacy.
Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 36 mpg.
I gotta break more toys.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
So this board gives me rates on Progressive Direct and other car insurance companies?
Yes.
But you're Progressive and they're them.
Yes.
But they're here.
Yes.
Are you?
There?
Yes.
No.
Are you them?
I'm me.
But the lowest rate is from them.
Yes.
So them's best rate is?
Here.
So where are them?
Aren't them here?
I already asked you that.
When?
Feels like a while ago.
You want to take it from the top?
Rates for us and them. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Rock a 3D White smile with Crest 3D White Luxe toothpaste. Only Crest 3D White has White Lock technology. It removes stains within the microfine lines of your teeth and locks out future stains. Crest 3D White Luxe toothpaste. Life opens up with a whiter smile.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tempted by the chocolate all around. Turn around, Brian. This bar is protein, oh yeah.
I heard you have a tough clog.
I only have 10 minutes.
I only need 7.
Liquid Plumber Urgent Clear penetrates the toughest clogs with 2 fast-acting gels in only 7 minutes guaranteed, baby.
I'm taking a beating here down to the ground as we're just dealing with these sheets of rain and winds that are howling 50, 60 miles per hour. I'm going to ride this one out, guys. I'm going to ride this one out right here.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our
Are back. And Monday, the Weather Channel is the only place to find them. Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Oh my God, is that a tornado? Nope, not flooded at all. All I seen was brown debris just picking up, blowing everywhere in all directions.
This thing is like a twister, for sure.
It has been a wild week of weather, and even more to come for the eastern half of the U.S. from today into early this next week.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Mark Elliott alongside Kate Parker, and it has been a wild week. More than 900 storm reports. That's severe weather rolling into the local National Weather Service offices. That's just Monday through yesterday, and it looks like we're going to be adding more to that number, including for some big cities in the Midwest at risk for strong to severe storms again. We're looking at Chicago from through the clouds. There's a lot of clouds there right now. We're also looking at Indianapolis, kind of a hazy view of the skyline. We're keeping an eye on them too.
Yeah, Chicago has not been a pleasant day this morning, but here's where you need to be on guard for severe weather throughout the afternoon, anywhere from eastern Colorado to western Ohio and the points in between, like Chicago and Indianapolis. This means you. For the timing and impacts, we're going to bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel.
Kate, thank you very much. You know, I'm watching an area in the Midwest, not too far from Chicago, that I think will light up with some big storms in the next several hours. Let's have a look at the radar and satellite composite and show you the area that I'm really talking about. It's actually right in here where there's nothing going on right now. Just a few scattered clouds moving overhead, but it is very warm and getting more and more unstable as we move through the afternoon hours. There are some old storms up here in parts of southern Minnesota, some weak ones and some other decaying ones across parts of Indianapolis and even central Indiana, but I'm not really so concerned about those. I want to see the new ones fire up here because I think those will have to be monitored closely because they will have the potential to become severe and they will have the threats of high wind and hail being the primary modes today. With very strong winds aloft, I would not be surprised to see some damaging straight line winds associated with those storms as they generally move from west to east today. I think that's going to be the primary motion along this zone from eastern Nebraska across Iowa and northern Illinois and northern Indiana all through the late evening hours. We can time it out for everybody and show you the storm initiation somewhere in Iowa likely, and then those will race eastward across the state and into northern Illinois, getting into Chicago during the late evening and overnight hours. Severe weather is possible with these storms as they roll on into the Great Lakes and parts of the Ohio Valley, guys. And then even tomorrow, the upper level winds become stronger and we've got a chance for more severe weather tomorrow. So several days worth of some severe weather as the atmosphere is undergoing some significant changes. Mark, back to you.
Thanks, Doc. And yeah, the Northeast in line for severe weather once again. As you were just talking about, those storms rolling on through. Cleanup still underway, though. A deadly tornado came through Smithfield, New York last week, and unfortunately 4 people died Tuesday evening when that EF2 tornado went through, including 3 members of the same family. And so again, that storm threat, it's coming back in to the Northeast corridor. Storms are going to return to the Northeast. Today's your cleanup day. Today's the day you want to get outside, get the power crews, get all those power poles back up, as so many were knocked down last week as storms raced across the Northeast corridor. Today is quiet. Later on in the week, not so much. I should say beginning tomorrow and then continuing into the beginning part of the upcoming week. Into Monday, scattered storms are still going to be with us. Moisture still flowing on in. Cold front is slow to move into the area and clear us back out. So because of that, the storms, once they arrive, it's going to be real hard to get rid of them. The severe threat starts off for interior sections of the Northeast tomorrow. By Monday and Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms. Again, hard to clear out the Northeast. That cold front does not want to get its act together and swing all the way through, and that means we're going to be staying rather stormy. On Monday, severe weather threat for Charleston, Pittsburgh, D.C., New York, and even the Capital District again. Hail and wind, the biggest threats, but isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. Tuesday, northern New England all the way through the mid-Atlantic. You've got your chance of severe weather, and again, tornadoes are possible. So a 3 out of 10 on the Torcon, which means about a 30% shot of a tornado anywhere within 50 miles of these regions. Eastern PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, Central and Eastern Virginia, and the Carolinas, you have to be on guard. Kate.
Well, our other top story this weekend, the Arctic air invasion. A significant jet stream dip is about to put your summer on pause.
When it's 80 and it drops down to 60, we see less people.
The Lickety Split ice cream shop is feeling the hurt, or at least they're expecting to, because whenever they see those temperatures plunge, so do their profits. As we watch those temperatures go down, what else could we see? Well, the beach certainly not going to be as packed in Chicago, I can tell you that much. Let's talk about this polar air invasion. We're not saying polar vortex because it's not the polar vortex, but it is a very deep low. It's originating in the Northeast Pacific, so that's why it's not the polar vortex. Polar vortex vortex stays up a little farther to the north. Great analogy that we've been passing around the Weather Channel lately. We've got a fence, and basically dog within a fence. Sometimes it does escape to the south, make its way through the fence, and that would be a portion of the polar vortex. That's not what is happening in this scenario because we are not seeing a break in that fence. What's happening is this jet stream dip that's originating a little bit farther off to the east. So here's what we're expecting as we go into this next week. The jet stream comes on down. It's going to bring that cooler air with it, and you're going to watch those temperatures plummet, but we're not talking about winter time, like that type of a plummet. So look at this punch of cooler air. When we have it in the winter, we have significant snow cover through Canada. We've got a low sun angle. But when that cold air comes down, it stays cold. So it feels Arctic. But whenever we get into the summer, we've got a higher sun angle, so we get a little more light on it. We've got just very little snow cover, so there's a little bit more time for some of that air to warm up as some of that polar air does make its way into portions of the Midwest. In fact, Kansas City, your forecast low for Wednesday morning, 53 degrees. The record is 57. Looks like you could definitely break that mark.
Yeah, and in the Weather Channel's game of hot or not, we now know who won't be hot, but how about who will be? Areas that you're not used to getting the heat. How about places like Seattle? Seattle is going to be absolutely scorching. In fact, according to the National Weather Service, the record for consecutive days with highs of 90 or above in Seattle is 5. That was back in August of 81, but our current forecast would tie this record. Yeah. It's going to be hot out there. A heat wave across the Northwest, that's for sure. Right now, it's early out west, and it's in the low 70s in Seattle and Portland, 78 in Medford, and this is just the beginning of the heat. It's why we have heat advisories out there. Anywhere in red, those are the danger zones where you got to schedule in that break time and make sure you have access to air conditioners or water if you have to be outside. That jet stream is so far north. We have so much heat, highs 5 to even 20 degrees above the average. And for that, for temperatures this time of year, that means low to mid 90s in Seattle and Portland. It means close to 100 in Medford and Reno, or even 102 in Boise tomorrow. That heat is just beginning.
Ooh, in this weekend's weather, it looks a lot like Goldilocks. So basically, one's too hot, one's too cold. Where's just right?
Well, we can find out for you. There's actually a quiz right now on weather.com to see which city has the best weather for you. And both of us took the quiz.
We took the quiz, but here's the question. What city do we get for the perfect weather? Miami. And I got Miami, and I just moved from South Florida. So, I mean, I guess this is just weather.com is telling me to go back to South Florida, apparently.
Apparently, some like it hot, and it's us. We like it in Miami.
Mark got the exact same thing as me. So, we're weekend partners here on the Weather Channel. It's only fitting that we would basically like the same kind of weather in the same city.
It's true. We're back after this.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This family may love their tree, but a colony of ants will use these branches on a roofline like the Autobahn.
But I know where they are. Going from here to there. And one time of year to bait them with protein, one to bait with fat. I just shut down their freeway like a jackknife 18-wheeler. To catch a pest, you've got to think like a pest. Not just in any home, in your home.
If vitamins have you at the corner of smart choice and multiple choice, come to Walgreens for help finding the one that's right for you. Like Centrum. Select products now just $9.99 with card. At the corner of happy and healthy.
Your eyes, even 10 miles away, they can see the light of a single candle. Look after them with Centrum Silver, multivitamins for your eyes, heart, and brain. Now with a new, easy-to-swallow coating.
3 vacuum cleaners, 3 paths of test dust. Only one has powerful suction, without the hassle of a cord.
From 2 stories to 20. From ready apps to emergency response. From your community to a nationwide network. The cleanup specialists at 1-800-SERVE-PRO. Everything under your roof, everyone under ours, helping to make fire and water damage like it never even happened.
Here's to the man who truly is the best of us.
Who really has the key to the city? With best-in-class payload and best-in-class cargo capacity and an unsurpassed powertrain warranty, you run the town. The all-new Ram ProMaster. Guts, glory, Ram.
Waves don't care what age you are. Take them on the way you always have. Live healthy and take One-A-Day Men's 50 Plus, a complete multivitamin with 7 antioxidants to support cell health. Age? Who cares?
Nice. Wrench.
What?
So this is who you brought to help us out.
Oh, yeah, he's the best.
He doesn't look like he's seen a tool in his life.
Oh, he doesn't know anything about tools. But when I broke my arm, he lent a hand. He paid my claim in just 4 days.
4 days? Wow.
It's no accident. Aflac pays fast. Find out how fast at Aflac.com. And remember, accidents don't hurt as much when you have Aflac.
Better.
Man, these cheesy bread dogs are incredible.
Real
The
good.
cheese is baked right into the bun.
You know, in this case, it really is what's on the outside that counts.
Maybe that phrase, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't true.
I mean, I've only been judging books by their covers.
Really?
I only read the cover.
Oh, you don't read what's inside?
No, I could read 2, 3 covers. Cover to cover. Cover and cover.
Count on the cheesy goodness of the new Cheesy Bread Dogs. They're the perfect match for any of our 25 shakes. This is how you Sonic.
Live look at Denver. We are going to continue to follow storms that pop up along the Front Range, moving east through the day into the Midwest, but also the Southwest is going to see a chance for storms. Yeah, it's known as the desert Southwest, but this is your rainy season. This is the time of year that you certainly can see storms. And you know what? They're not going anywhere over the next several days, maybe even the next several weeks. It's the monsoon. We've started to see the showers on the increase here across Colorado. They will fill in across New Mexico and even Arizona as the day goes on. And here's why. High pressure that's often over the Intermountain West slides further down. Low pressure systems rotate around it, and as they do, that wind shift called the monsoon, yeah, the monsoon is actually the name for the wind shift, brings up all this moisture. So from the Gulf of Mexico, even from the Gulf of California, you suddenly have humidity added to all that heat of the Southwest, and the combination means scattered storms. Today, scattered storms will be focused mostly in Colorado and New Mexico, a little bit in eastern Arizona, but it expands from there. So by tomorrow, the scattered storm threat over much of the Four Corners, maybe even some strong to severe storms. And Monday, Arizona and New Mexico will become the focal point of those storms. Even the dry areas, the typically dry washes or the arroyos could really fill up quickly if you get one of those local thunderstorms to dump down a lot of rain. You can also sometimes see a lot of wind with these, so wind and rain are the threats here, even in the deserts. And in Denver, storm threat all the way through Wednesday. Kate.
Well, Mark, we are more than halfway through 2014, and we have already racked up some pretty impressive, crazy weather phenomenons. Meteorologist Alex Wilson has the top 5, at least so far.
Wild water spouts, persistent lake ice, and even twin tornadoes. So far, 2014 hasn't had any shortage of strange weather phenomena. So we're breaking down the top 5, starting with spectacular and sometimes scary lightning captured on video.
We just recently saw someone in Colorado being struck by lightning while the camera was rolling. Earlier this year, we saw a storm chaser get hit.
Number 4 takes us out west, where places like Oregon saw winter wildfires usually unheard of. But thanks to the extreme drought and lack of snowpack, this year was a different story.
Well, the western drought has been incredible, and one of the strangest things we saw were wildfires in January in one of the wettest places in the heart of winter.
Number 3, icy shorelines. Check out the Great Lakes, where people were laying out with a view of floating ice on a holiday weekend.
Imagine a warm day in the 80s on Memorial Day weekend. You head to the beach in the Great Lakes, and you look out into the lakes, and there's still ice.
And a terrifying sight out of Pilger, Nebraska in June. Coming in at number 2, twin tornadoes devastated this town.
While multi-vortex tornadoes are not that uncommon, it's not often you see 2 large wedge tornadoes right next to each other.
And number 1 takes us across the globe, where you might think of frozen tundra, but not this year.
One of the coldest places on Earth around April Fool's Day actually saw temperatures in the 70s and 80s.
For more on the number 1 strangest weather event and to see the whole list, check out weather.com. I'm Alex Wilson, the Weather Channel.
Mark, those were insane in the
brain?
In the membrane.
In the membrane.
So is this. The tallest, fastest, wildest water slide on the planet is now open.
And you might have to be slightly insane in the brain to go down this thing. It's called the Baruch. It's German for crazy. And thrill seekers from all over the world are dropping into Kansas City this weekend to take one of the first rides. 17 stories high.
Look at this.
And riders hit speeds up to 65 miles per hour.
Ginormous. I'm scared to go on that.
The first drop was like really scary. I was like, oh.
I closed my eyes the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, that was nuts. Obviously, there's a reporter there. He actually went down the slide, and he took the plunge in the name of journalism. You know, I'm in Kansas City for work in a couple of weeks, and I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and try that. But what is this taller than? Niagara Falls, the Statue of Liberty, and the highest wave ever recorded.
We're back after this.
I'm Adam Richmond. To get a tender steak like these that I picked up at Walmart, look for great marbling. Just the right amount brings out the flavor in heaping forkfuls of joy.
Try all natural steaks from Walmart today. They're 100% guaranteed or your money back.
Let's take these piggies out for new carpet. No, not those. These. Let's get in touch with texture. Something with a twist. Let's look at loops and get a feel for patterns in all sorts of colors. But let's not break the bank. Then, let's get it rolled out right. The perfect carpet? Yeah. Let's bring it all the way home. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Schedule and measure today. Carpet installation is now just $37.
Back to school, start the year off right with Kleenex tissues. They're thick and absorbent to help keep stuff off kids' hands. Pick some Kleenex tissues up today.
On Maui, world-renowned athlete Kai Lenny chases weather conditions to find the best surf. He keeps an eye on the Weather Channel so he can kite, paddle, and ride the most legendary waters in the Pacific. Surfers like Kai rely on the Weather Channel to track the hourly weather to find the most epic wind and waves.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class. Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
When the pressure's on, only Secret offers clinical strength Invisible Solid and Clear Gel with 100% odor protection. Secret Clinical Strength.
PetSmart has a wide selection of the best natural and specialized nutrition for every need. See the difference the right food can make, all with our unbeatable price guarantee. Right now, save up to $7 on Select Instinct Raw Boost dog and cat food at PetSmart.
Wheel new Twizzlers Mixed Berry Bites ever end their rivalry with new Jolly Rancher filled gummy bites? Not today. Bites, little greatness.
In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving, which for you shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we
I'll never forget that moment. The moment I realized I was overweight and I needed help. I remember thinking, I don't want to be this anymore. I was 50 pounds overweight. 50. I needed to do something about it. But what? I called Nutrisystem, the best option for me.
Now you can lose weight even faster with a Fast 5 kit from Nutrisystem. Lose 5 pounds your first week or your money back, guaranteed.
I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem, and it's completely changed my life for the better.
Order your 28-day My Way plan right now, and we'll rush you the Fast 5 free. You'll get 1 week of fantastic energizing shakes, 1 week of amazing Craving Crusher shakes, plus 1 week of delicious meals, and it's all free.
Nutrisystem helped me get my life back, and 7 years later, I'm still a believer. Don't wait. Call now and make today the moment when you start looking and feeling great.
Call now, 888-652-SIZE, and lose your first 5 pounds free.
Asbestos, call 1-800-278-0768 now.
A Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. It's time for your tropical update. I'm hurricane specialist Dr. Greg Postel with the latest on a tropical storm in the West Pacific. That's right. It is several hundred miles now to the west of Guam, moving on a course steadily westward. This is Tropical Storm Ramasun, with winds estimated to be at about 40 miles per hour, and it is moving on a westward course over warm tropical waters and an atmosphere that is suited for further development. You can see that's where the circulation is there. They're huge thunderstorms. Those are those colors shaded in purple and red and orange, tops over 50,000 feet. It's actually well enough defined that some of the satellite estimates suggest it's more like a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm. But regardless, it's likely to intensify further on its westward movement during the next few days and will probably become a typhoon soon enough, within 24 to 48 hours. On that westward track, notice that the intensity goes up to a Category 2 typhoon, 110 miles per hour, as it nears the Philippines. Keep in mind that the typhoon is just another name for a hurricane in this part of the world, and there is a chance that it could get stronger than what is forecasted here. So we will have all the latest updates on that. Elsewhere across the Atlantic, in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, and the western part of the Atlantic, really, there is not much going on. In fact, probably the most interesting set of thunderstorms anywhere on that map are just off the southeast coast of South Carolina and Georgia. What we've we've got here is an old frontal zone and upper level circulation working in tandem to produce these thunderstorms, but there are plenty of reasons to argue against development here, one of which being the models don't forecast any development there. In fact, you can see that. Watch what happens over the next 24 hours. The models tend to dissipate the thunderstorm activity off the coast and likewise keep much of the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, and Atlantic quiet for now. That's excellent news. Guys, back to you.
Well, as we get closer to the peak of hurricane season, we want to make sure that you are prepared for whatever the weather might bring.
Earlier today, Reynolds Wolf got a look at a new storm window that could protect your home when the next hurricane hits, or if Jim Cantore is coming for a visit. Take a look.
We have a new type of window you may want to install before your next big storm. And if you'll notice, we broke this thing on purpose. Well, at least Jim Cantore did. He did it outside to show you the power of this pane. Take a look. That's impressive. Thank you. Big thanks to the storm tracker, Jim Cantore, for letting out his aggression on the Andersen window. Hey, thankfully, we've got Brian Musselman of Andersen Windows. He's going to join us now. Brian, Jim definitely has got the guns. He's got the ability to really do some damage. But how much damage can something like this withstand?
Oh, I'll tell you what, after Jim has impacted that, and I'm telling you, at about 50-mile-per-hour baseball swing, what we'll do from a testing perspective is we'll impact that glass 2 more times and then cycle test it 4,500 times inward and outward. So you can rest assured that this window will protect yourselves in the most stringent hurricanes that are out there.
Well, it seems pretty strong, but to our viewers at home, and they may be curious, and I certainly am, why the double pane? What's the purpose?
Okay, sure. Well, what we have here is an impact-resistant glass. That's the primary addition. And so this is featured a laminated glass to the interior of the home. And so this is 2 pieces of glass that have a laminate sandwiched in between them. And that's very, very important because it's like a car windshield. It'll hold the glass in place even after it's been impacted.
Very interesting. One quick question. You know, the economy is certainly not strong right now. A lot of people are concerned about cost. What are we looking here in terms of financial?
Yeah, sure. Storm watch protection will about double the cost of a standard product. But when you take the consideration of a severe storm, you know, the protection and the safety of you and your family is the most important thing.
Well, that is definitely a cool weather gadget. And speaking of cool, this is one of my all-time favorite things from when I grew up outside of New York.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The phenomenon is known as Manhattan Hinge, and it's returning this weekend.
Yeah, the sun will set perfectly aligned with the cityscape, with kind of the urban canyon and all the grids of buildings. So tonight at about 8:24, 8:25, half the sun will be above the horizon, half the sun will be below, and it'll be setting down the canyon of the building.
I love this. This is so cool. And last night, not only was it Manhattan Hinge, but it was also the super moon, so you know the crazies were out.
Definitely.
They were definitely out last night. That's all I'm saying. We're tracking storms next.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. High 89. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, we have some thunderstorms that we are tracking. Take a look at what we have going on. South of Minneapolis, we had some rumbles of thunder, a pretty large storm there. We've got a little bit of rain rolling through South Bend right now. This is the same thing that probably got you going this morning in Chicago. We still have a couple flash flood warnings in place for Champaign, Illinois, and that's until 3 p.m. You can see the rain has moved out, but it happened after it dumped. Quite a lot of rain here. It's heading for Indianapolis next. The good news is it's quieted down. We just got some light to moderate rain here. Taking a look back out farther to the west, though, you saw over 5 1/4 inches accumulation according to radar north of Champaign, Illinois today. And look at what's going on. We've already started to see these storms start to trigger in southern Minnesota, moving into Iowa. As we go later into the evening, you'll see thunderstorms start to trigger in Michigan. Along this line, this cold front plunges south, the storms along with it. That's what's going on. If we have any severe weather, we will bring it to you here live on the Weather Channel. Now
There's no better place in the world to be is on the water.
I love it. I love fishing. You're hunting for fish, and around the next cove, around the next point, there might be the mother lode.
But there's no place for no mamas, boys.
Newfoundland, off the east coast of Canada, the birthplace of some of the most violent storms in the Atlantic Ocean. It's no place to make a living. For hundreds of years, this was home to one of the richest fishing grounds in the world. Then the cod disappeared, and so did most of the fishermen. But nobody told these guys.
Find some fish. Get us a paycheck. Oh, yeah!
Fishing is in their blood. And they must depend on pure instinct to survive. They're the last of their breed.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Searching the treacherous North Atlantic for anything they can catch. But will centuries of know-how keep their nets full?
You think you can do this, you come and try.
The Midnight Shadow, home port Twillingate, Newfoundland.
It's mackerel season.
Skipper Richard Gillett at the helm.
Oh yeah, we're ready to rock and roll here this morning.
It's opening day of mackerel season, and Richard's the first one out.
Somebody's got to go first. Somebody's got to be the guinea pig. It usually is us.
Mackerel are hard to find and even harder to catch. For Richard, they're an adrenaline-pumping rush.
There's times when I'm fishing mackerel and my legs would be literally quivering.
His goal, 300,000 pounds of mackerel, worth $90,000 in just 3 days.
I know that it's nothing only money, money, money.
Near Cape St. John, the Midnight Shadow enters a cove.
Oh, what that is?
First mate Juice Can Party runs the deck.
Show water.
His guys are ready to move fast at the first sign of fish.
Hey, Richard!
It's like a bell goes off like a firefighting drill. Like it's just a big brush. It's a different fishing.
Ooh, watch out there, look.
Suddenly, contact.
My man thinking this is mackerel here, how fast it's moving.
The sonar shows a massive school of fish. They could be mackerel.
Come on, boys! Come on, come on, come on! Hurry up! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, fish are moving! The fish are moving! Let her go! Let her go! Let her go! Let her go!
The seine, the big net, flies off the stern. Juice Can in the skiff anchors one end as Richard encircles the fish.
6 rings!
The timing has to be perfect.
4 rings! Talk to me!
The mackerel are so fast that they can be gone in seconds.
Hey, Richard! We're back up again, Johnny.
They haul in the seine and look for the fish.
I don't think we got them. No fish? Alakazam, alakazoo! Missed them! Right now we got a big fat goose egg made yet.
The cagey mackerel have outsmarted them.
It's not going to be pissed off. We're going to keep having a look and keep trying for them.
I guess it's something like somebody tells you no, right? No, you can't do it. You want to do it even more. So.
...330 nautical miles to the west on the Gulf of St. Lawrence.
We're here now.
Mackerel season is open, but Rick Keynes, skipper of the Sea-Doo out of Cowhead, is fishing for cod.
There's no talk of any mackerel anywhere, so try full codfish. I mean, the codfish is open now, so I'm not going to lose anything by trying.
The big commercial cod fishery is gone, but everybody's still allowed to fill their freezers.
I'm just going in to get some codfish in the winter, hopefully. Holy gee whiz, a great hunt.
It doesn't sit well with Rick's son Conway, the first mate.
That's all I'm concerned about this time of the year is the mackerel. God.
The nets, which hang down from the buoys, are designed to trap cod in the gills as they swim through.
Oh my God. We got a conner.
Except this isn't cod.
He's a sculpin now. We got blackback. Another blackback. Sculpins and blackbacks. Jesus.
The sculpin keep coming aboard, and so do the blackbacks.
We didn't get one. Not one single cod did we get. Assuming rich, I guess. Little bastard. That's it.
And then...
Jeez, what's that, a mackerel? Mackerel!
Mackerel. It's the first real sign that they're running in the Gulf.
Jesus, boy, we're gonna come down there with the same. We got 3 mackerel. This is a good sign for fish. Look at the size of that. That's a 600-gram fish. This is what we should have been looking for.
600 grams. They're full-sized mackerel.
Money fish. So we just gotta go up now and get our seine on, I guess. But don't forget this codfish, right? There's your beer, buddy. Oh, God. Hope you enjoy it.
A toast to the mackerel and a new plan. Steam to port, get the big net, and come back with the money fish.
Cod experiment is over, and now it's time to go get some mackerel.
In Port au Choix, it's sailing day for skipper Donald Spence in his newly purchased boat, the K&N Enterprise.
Ready to rumble. Keep it on the cork, off the cork. Okay.
The Enterprise is an older boat, built in 1974, but Donald still had to spend all his savings and take a large bank loan to get it.
First quarter.
Good there now, Alba. It's the first time fishing with this boat. We just getting down the water, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
No, let that rope get hang what you want. If you do, you twist us up.
Donald's 32 years old and has fished for half his life.
That's all I do is eat, sleep, and fish.
But he's never skippered a boat this big.
Donald, what's that rope here for? That's your bristle line.
It's 20 feet longer and 10,000 pounds heavier than his old boat, and comes with a license to catch more fish over a wider area.
You stretched it good there now, but just rolling back here now.
Today, he's going for mackerel.
Well, I'm a bit nervous how she's going to work out, how she's going to carry, but you know, I'm always good for a challenge, and I love challenges. Well, it keeps you going. Keeps the heart pumping.
Good hair?
Yes, perfect. Time to rock and roll. Now we're ready to go.
This will be his first fishing trip in the Enterprise. He's under pressure to catch a lot of fish and make the big old boat profitable.
There, that's a good luck charm. That's old fella give me that. My first boat that I bought.
Go ahead.
Sailing time.
Jesus, this guy on the ground, bro? One more. I hope it's not.
The K&N Enterprise won't move.
Jesus.
It's Mike Holmes.
I see you care about cleaner air.
Just be cool.
You like my giant Filtrete filter?
Well, you can see why you need the right filter to capture bacteria, pollen, viruses, even pet dander.
My Healthy Living filter captures small particles 4 times better than ordinary plated filters.
It's got to be a Filtrete filter, especially with this little one breathing that air all day.
She likes you.
Oh, you are cute.
Do you babysit?
I do, actually. It's
Oh.
part-time. Make it right with Filtrete filters. Filtrete, a better filter means better air.
This is Kathleen. Setting up the perfect wedding day begins with her arthritis pain and 2 pills. Afternoon arrives and feeling good, but her knee pain returns. That's 2 more pills. The evening's event brings laughter, joy, and more pain. When Jamie says,
What's that, like 6 pills today? Yeah. I can take 2 Aleve for all-day relief. Really? And that's it.
this is Kathleen.
For my arthritis pain, I now choose Aleve.
Get all-day arthritis pain relief with an easy open cap.
I heard you have a tough clog.
I only have 10 minutes.
I only need 7.
Liquid Plumber Urgent Clear penetrates the toughest clogs with 2 fast-acting gels in only 7 minutes, guaranteed, baby.
Red, white, and blue pancakes are under $5. That's about as American as it gets.
What do you mean?
Blueberry pancakes, strawberries, and cream cheese icing starting at just $4.99. Apple pie, watch out.
Welcome to Denny's.
Here's to the man who truly is the best of us.
Who really has the key to the city? With best-in-class payload and best-in-class cargo capacity and an unsurpassed powertrain warranty, you run the town. The all-new Ram ProMaster. Guts, glory, Ram.
You may be hearing a polar vortex is on the way, but Monday morning on America's Morning Headquarters, we'll set you straight with the facts on what's really causing a polar punch that could interrupt summer for millions. Monday on America's Morning Headquarters following Wake Up with Al, only on your Weather Channel.
Jesus, this kind of ground? One more. I hope it's not. Jesus.
Trouble on the K&N Enterprise before it's even left the dock.
You can't budge her.
Skipper Donald's new boat is grounded in Port au Choix Harbor.
We're at the Springs Toys now, and when we put the scene on, we stayed here. We shouldn't have.
Too much boat and not enough water.
But we'll get out of here.
Donald misread the tide, and now he's stuck.
I want to try to haul her off with the skiff now.
The plan, drag the Enterprise into deeper water.
Oh, geez. Nothing we can do now.
The Enterprise isn't going anywhere. After trying to drag the Enterprise, Donald is worried he has damaged his hull.
I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna go and check it here. Hopefully there's no damage. That's a good thing, it's not even happening yet, so. Right now, we're gonna wait for the tide to rise to get out of here.
The only choice now, wait for high tide. Donald's maiden voyage in his big new boat is on hold.
Well, I'm feeling pissed off because I must be fishing.
Across the Great Northern Peninsula on White Bay,
Lots of time to get sleep in when the ponds are cracking.
Skipper Richard hunts for mackerel in the pre-dawn hours.
We do fish mackerel in the day, but our preferred method is at night.
His daytime fishing was a bust. Now he's trying to dazzle the fish with floodlights.
They get attracted in, they get almost like in a daze, and they'll just swim around, keep swimming around the boat, around the boat.
The sonar lights up.
We got 10 fathoms of solid fish here now.
It's a massive school of fish right under the boat. They could be mackerel.
The crew have to, be tiptoeing around our deck and everything. You can't make any sudden bangs, any sudden noises like that. The shock pulls through the water. They're very skittish, very skittish.
Kevin mans the light boat, a skiff fitted with a generator and a rack of halogen lamps.
The light keeps them nice and tight in a nice tight ball.
I will keep going offshore.
With Kevin in position, Richard blacks out the midnight shadow, and the fish move towards the light boat.
You ready back there now? Yep. Let her go.
Shooting the seine and circling the fish in the dark requires speed, silence, and perfect timing. As dawn breaks, they pull in the net and look for the fish.
Herring. Herring, gonna? Yeah.
They're not mackerel worth 30 cents a pound. They're herring worth 10.
We'll get more for the mackerel than the herring, but right now there's no mackerel, so we'll take it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
But on closer inspection, too many of them are too small.
I think that's over our 10% there. Yeah. We're only allowed 10% small, so we're going to be well over that with this fish. We're going to let it go, but it's too much small.
There's nothing to do but let them go and keep on fishing.
If you haven't got patience, mackerel first seine and it ain't for you. Next set, we got to make a big set.
Back on the Gulf of St. Lawrence.
So we're fishing, right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Working.
Skipper Donald is finally at sea and getting to know his new boat, the K&N Enterprise.
Oh, everything is working good so far. Right now, I'm relieved.
He had to wait 6 hours in port for high tide to float the Enterprise off bottom.
Okay, Skipper, well, time to make us some money, no?
Now he's behind schedule in his hunt for mackerel. Donald's goal, 110,000 pounds of mackerel worth $33,000.